Well, I thought I'd do a Solar Sunday update. Um, it's just completing the fuses on it. It's pretty much fused. I will put a fuse coming on the inward. Um, but I bought these fuses, 20 amp fuse, running from the charger to the battery, which you will love. My new terminals. Look at those. They're really heavy duty, and you just screw in with the Allen key and then put the cover on. Anyway, yeah, so I did have another one of these. These are cheap China crap things. They do work like that, which is good. So that's the main thing. Q lights, there we are. But then I'm just want to fuse the sine wave inverter. So coming back from the battery. And in there I've got, I don't know, 10, 5, whatever. So that gives me some flexibility. So I've just literally chopped it off. And I've just put on these connectors here. Yeah, pretty standard. Put some shrink on them. And we're just ready to wire that back in, and then obviously put a connecting terminal on that one. I've got an earth block here, fused it for the 12-volt light. I think it's actually a 1 amp in there, just as a fail-safe. But no problems there. Earthing block, which I will get an earthing rod eventually. And I'm going to go down right in that corner there, because it's quite damp down there. And you want a nice damp environment to put your rod, because it sounds a bit ominous, but it helps for a better connection. You get a much better earthing connection. So there'll be my earth block, and then I've just ran that 1.5 mil cable into my 12-volt light. I just put a simple joint connection box there, and then I will have another one that runs, probably a light switch that runs down there and switch it back on. But what I will do is I'll run my sine wave into a consumer unit, which is there, unfortunately, but I will eventually get round to putting it in. So I'll have my own consumer unit, and I'll just get an RCD. It's a Hager, looking for an RCD Hager to give it the protection and the extra protection. Got my 6 amp, what's that, 6 amp, 16, 32, 32. Not that I'll need them, but I will be putting some socket points into the garden, so with a relative IP rating, and then that will look really fantastic. So I'll have my own electric setup. Obviously then I'm just going to extend the batteries bank, probably two more, so it gives me around about 330 amp hours. Get rid of this shit thing. And that's going to give me around about 3 kilowatts. So kilowatts or wattage or amps times volts give you your wattage, I believe. Correct me if I'm wrong. But it'll give you about 3 kilowatts, which I could run a small electric heater. Mind you, I'd only want it to drop to say 80%, not even that, say 90%, and then to switch off. So I don't know. You can't really run these down too low because they can damage the battery. But it'd be interesting to see how long you could run it. But anyway, for the garden and strimmer and what have you, it's 2 more batteries I think will do the job. I mean, I could run a strimmer easy on that, run it through there for protection. But it's come a long way anyway. So this is the last of the fuses. 1 amp fuse there, an array of fuses here, so I can spur off, or other connection points if I like, with 12 volts I mean, and then obviously this converts it 240 domestic usage, 240 into the consumer unit. So yeah, it's just really straightforward, simple stuff. But I like it. It's come a long way. It's much more tidy than it was. But yeah, it's really good fun. I've really enjoyed it. The journey. Excuse the wiring. That will be my incoming from the solar panel there. I will get another solar panel. They're actually really cheap, actually, on Wish. I don't know if you guys have checked out Wish. But they're selling like 600 watt panels now for like 30 quid, 40 quid, 600 watts. That's insane. The money is your battery. It's not so much the panel anymore, it's the bloody batteries. I mean, that battery there cost me, I don't know, 70 quid. And that's 130, I think. I'm not sure. If you do get a new battery, a word of warning, they have little plugs on the side of them. Yeah, just there. And you need to pop them out, because otherwise gas will build up. And I saw this battery swelling, and I thought, Then I didn't take the time, should I say, to read the label. But anyway, no, learning curve. So take your plugs out the side. This is a lithium. Is it lithium? No, I think it's a calcium, actually. This is a calcium battery. But my last one was a calcium, and that lasted 3-4 years. But I damaged it. I actually damaged it by running it. I left it on too long, and then obviously damaged it. But you can get, like, I'm sure if you look after your battery, you can get ages out of it, at least 5 years. And that comes with a warranty for about 3 years. So yeah, it's a good investment, I think. I mean, all I need to do, get the consumer unit. I could run a point to the house, not very far, a bit of armoured cable. And I could have my own socket point, obviously in the house, running entirely on solar. Very simple setup, you know. But yeah, I hope it might be useful to someone. I'll keep you updated when I get my earthing rod, and then I'm going to get my multi-tester, function test, and then we'll run some tests on it. See what results we're getting. Be quite interesting, I think, for those that are inclined to get excited about such a thing. Bench press. What more can I say? Yeah, it's a real little home now, isn't it? I could turn it into something quite exciting, I'm sure. Yes. Yeah, anyway, I think that's enough for the moment. But I shall keep you updated. And yeah, I'm just going to screw that on now and do that point there. And we're all fused up and safe against fire. Thank you.